Here we go. Hi and welcome. I'm just setting up and there we go. Let me see if I can see who is actually on live with me so that I can make sure that I get the raffle going. So give me 1 second just to situate my screens so I can see who pops on. And I have the raffle winner already for last week. And so I can now see my comments and I should be able to see who's watching. Hi, Don Shida. How are you doing? Thanks for joining right away. I appreciate that. And so what I will need is for people just in case. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Nice to see you. What I need is for you to, throughout the class, just do a thumbs up or a heart so they know that, one, you're still there. And that way I can make sure that I mark you because hi, Michael, how are you doing? So give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts during the class. That way that when I go back and watch the class to see, I can see who was all still in the class. And then that way when I do the raffle, it's more fair for the people who stay the entire time. And I know that this is recorded, so you can come back and watch the video many times as you want. Say maybe you don't get the information right away the first time, and sometimes that's just how it is with the essential oils and learning them. That's why I held so many classes, and why I do hold so many is because there's information and it's quite a bit, and it's easy to forget, and it's easy to. So lots of people like to attend the classes over and over and over so that they start to hear it over and over and they memorize it a lot easier, and it's just easier for them. So this week or this class, I'm actually going to give some peace oil away, and depending on how many people actually show up for the class this time, then will depend on how much of that peace oil I actually give out. So the last class, the free oil goes to Camille Compton. And so Camille, if you'll just give me your address, you can just PM me your address and I will send that oil out to you. And I'll tell you how to use it and everything, just in case maybe you don't know. If you do already know, that's great. And if you don't, then I'll send that out to you. So I gave Wild Orange as the free oil last time that I raffled off. And Wild Orange is great for many things. We're talking about emotions tonight. And so Wild Orange is wonderful. Yay, Camille. Yes, that's true. So Wild Orange is wonderful for anxious feelings, since we're talking about emotions. It's also wonderful for feeling overworked. If you feel like, your job is just taking it out on you, like most people do, then Wild Orange is your best friend. And not only that, but it tastes really good in your water because it's just orange, so you don't have to worry about anything weird in it. And so I'm actually going to use Citrus Bliss now. This is one of my favorite oils. This is an uplifting oil for your mood and helps you uplift your mood. And so I'm going to do that now because I want to be in good spirits as we are speaking together tonight. So I just rub it into my hands. And this one smells like a creamsicle, like orange creamsicle. So it kind of reminds me of my childhood. And so it's really cool. I just breathe that in. You can rub it on the back of your neck like that. And I don't like to waste oil, so I like to rub it on the back of my neck. Okay, so if you have questions and comments, please go ahead and write those in as well. So I think I can see those, so I'll try my best. In Zoom, I have a little bit of a trouble unless I catch it when it comes up. Otherwise, I'll do my best to answer those questions. If I don't, I'll answer them on the way out. So, okay. So let's go ahead and move in. I just want to talk about the Facebook Lives really quickly because so they're still posted on my actual page. So if you missed it or you wanted to go back and see another one, then you can do that because they're posted on my page. They're recorded on there through a Facebook Live, so you can do that. Also, I'm trying to record it through Zoom, so let's see how that works because this will be a new thing for me as well. Hi, Miriam. And so there are multiple classes. The class that I'm doing tonight, I'm actually going to spend some time on it. So tonight I'm going to talk about emotions. It actually says beginning, and that's because I didn't change the title, but I'll go back and change it. But I'm actually talking about emotions tonight. And and then I think Sunday I'm going to go ahead and continue because I really want you to be able to listen to the experts. And so I only know my experience, but I'd love to start there and share with you my experience. But I really would like you to have an opportunity to hear some people that are experts in the field as they talk about how they use essential oils in their lives or in their practice or however they do it, because that's always nice to know. Okay, so I'll be in San Antonio. Hi, Miriam. I like your comment. Thank you. So thumbs ups and hearts all the way through so that I know that you continue to watch. And so if I see those names over and over again, those people will be entered in the raffle more times. Okay? All right. So I'll be in San Antonio next week. So if you want to meet with me one-on-one, or you want to get some friends together and we can chat, maybe even at a coffee shop, and so that you can help them understand about essential oils, I'm open to being there with you. So I'll be in San Antonio next week, and then I'll be in Orlando in March. So if that is something that you would like, hi, Sally. If you would like, then please just let me know so I can plan that. I'll be in Orlando from the 12th through the 16th, and San Antonio the 14th through the 16th or something like that. So if you want me to meet with you, then I know I got some people on here that are in San Antonio, then just let me know and we'll get that working for you. Okay, so I am going to start with, let me go ahead and share my screen really quickly. And I know some of you guys have been asked what I bought this month for my order for doTERRA. I will do that video probably in the next couple days or so. I have my order. I just wanted to make sure that this class was really nice and solid before I did that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And here we go. So we are here, and let me go ahead and play, and we're going to get started. Okay, so the emotional aromatherapy, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to first tell you my intention. My intention is to help you get tools into your home that when you deal with emotions on whatever level, that you have choices. And so my goal is to give you some choices on what you can do and show you how to use those choices through your lives. So we are going to talk about the emotional aromatherapy. Every single oil has an emotional component to it. So the ones that you see listed here on my screen are not the only ones that you can use for things. Actually, I'm going to show you an emotions wheel in just a moment, and I'll be able to show you. So people who get like the Family's Essentials kit, that's where I started. You still have the capacity of oils there, and you still have a choice of oils that you can use when you're dealing with certain emotions. And so the essential oils support your body for wellness. So we talked about that before. And so you can choose one of the essential oils for whatever you're dealing with, and you'll learn that tonight on how you can actually do that. So my intention is just to share with you what I know, and if that's something that you would like to bring into your life, then I can help you do that as well. And if not, if you're not ready, or this is just information that you need to know because you have oils like this and you just want to understand them more, great. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about when we're talking about the essential oils is, so my story with the emotional side of essential oils, and why I'm so passionate about teaching this, and why I'm going to take a couple of videos in order to show you how to do this, is that when I went to convention, there were some veterans that were there, and one of them, he had his limbs that were blown off, so he had 2 limbs that were missing. And the other one, he had no visible scars, but yet he had a war going inside of his mind. And both of them, they had really encouraged us to get out and teach and help people, especially, but basically. And so same thing, like with me, I've dealt with my own emotions through my lifetime. And so I want to encourage some of the people who feel like, well, mainly veterans will come back and say, I hear this a lot, that, well, I'm okay, like I still have my limbs and I'm alive. And so they either want to deny how they feel and deny that they may be dealing with stuff. And I just want to say, if you're my friend, you're on my Facebook page, and that is you, I want to encourage you to utilize some of the tools I'm going to give you today so that you don't have to struggle through some of the things that you do struggle through. So I do know several, actually more than several, a lot of veterans who deal with that. I myself had dealt with my own and still do. So I want to make sure that I'm open and transparent for those people to know that there are things that can assist you and support you. So that's my story, is that. So let me see. Okay. Also, something, I have a note here about my team. What did I want to say? I can't remember. I know I wanted to let my team know something, but I'll have to let you know later because I can't remember. Okay. So emotional aromatherapy. So basically, you can use essential oils for the emotional benefit. A lot of times you only hear about the wellness benefit, but the aromatherapy, which means diffusing in the air, is actually a very amazing benefit. And then you can also put them on your body as well to help with that. So we'll talk about how to use as well. So the science behind it is that there's chemical responses going on in our body at all times. And it's triggered in the brain, and it says a personal experience. Okay, so let me explain that a little bit. So in the military, I had seen some things that I would have rather not seen. And so when I saw those things, there was a change to my DNA. So when you are in contact with something super emotional to you, maybe somebody dying, or maybe somebody or something happening to you that you didn't want happening to you. And so any kind of encounter like that where you are awakened that there's something ugly out there, then your body has a chemical response to that. And there's changes that happen within your DNA. And so what we're doing is we're supporting that part of the brain and the limbic system. Most essential oils actually support different systems of your body. And so right now we're talking about the emotional part of your brain, which is processed inside your limbic system, which is right behind your nose. And so that's what we're talking about. Okay, so the history of aromatherapy. Basically, we've been using, like you saw in my last class, about the basics of essential oils. And if you didn't get to see that, go see it. I know that there were a lot of videos in that class, but I really think that videos are strong and important because they show you a whole bunch of information in a short amount of time. And that is really powerful. Not everybody learns that way though. But so anyway, essential oils have been around for a very long time. Greece, Rome, China, India, for rituals and religious practices, and used as medicinal effects as well in these countries. Also, as you saw in the last class, that she said in World War II that Jean Valnet, I don't know what she said her name was, but she used the essential oils when they ran out of medications in order to help support the veterans through that war. I mean, not the veterans, I'm sorry, the military members. Okay, so the term aromatherapy was officially coined in the 20th century as the scientific community began to recognize the emotional benefits of aromatherapy. And aromatherapy is diffusing, or just smelling like I did when I first started. Okay, so then there became to be some really good substantial research around the 1990s that helped the biologists understand how the body responds to these aromas. Give me one second. My nose, it's that time of year. I need to use some peppermint, some lavender, and some lemon. Could do that right now, but I don't have them in front of me. Okay, so that's really awesome because that helped us understand more about how the sense of smell and the aromatic compounds that get released, how they actually work on our body. So let's talk about why we use essential oils for mood management, to manage our mood or to support our mood or to help us through the things that are really tough in life, because life's tough. I don't know about you, but I haven't met anybody who hasn't had an experience that they didn't want to have. I haven't met anybody who hasn't been super low at one point in their life, who hasn't been, who hasn't experienced anxious feelings at one time. So the whole thing about the oils is that they're natural, they come from plants, they're safe, and they generate really fast responses. So when I used this oil right here, it took 30 seconds to 2 minutes for it to travel through my body. And look, I'm using it again because I can use it every 15 to 30 minutes if I needed to. See, I just used it again, right? And so a simple, easy way to manage emotions. And so that's why we really like it. So I'll give you a little bit of history on myself is that before I got out of the military, I suffered with some really strong feelings. And I went, so they had given me some medication. And my other veteran friends who had the same types of issues were like, don't take it. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, this is what happened to me. And they shared their story. And I was like, oh, I don't want that. And they're like, and you can't get off of it. It's really difficult. And they were like, just try to manage that stuff on your own if you can. And although it was super tough and I still struggle with some of that, the interesting thing is that I went in to the doctor's office at the VA when I got out, and they said to me that they wouldn't treat me unless I took the medication because they didn't have counseling services. And that's the other reason why I'm on here too for veterans, because if your VA doesn't have counseling services and that's all you have as your medical, well, let's look at other ways that we might be able to help you, right? And so that was crazy because there are people that I do know that did take those medications and they suffered dearly. And so that's really close to my heart. And I just want to make sure that I'm at least a revolutionary in helping people see that there's other things. So the cool thing is it generates quick responses, and it's a real simple way. It's like if I use this right now and I used it for a month, just say I used it every day and I used it for a month and I decided I didn't want to use the Citrus Bliss anymore, I wouldn't have to taper off of it. I don't have to use more either, so it doesn't build up resistance. So it's not like, oh, well, today I used 1 drop and tomorrow and like the next, like a month from now, I got to use 15 drops because it's just not doing the same thing to me. So that's really cool. It's a very simple and easy way to help you through some of the things that we deal with. So how do I use it to manage my emotions? How do I do it to help me through the day? Or how do I use it to help me through the good and the bad, right? So the A right there, there's a T and there's an I. And the A is for aromatic. So you can use it in a diffuser or you can use your hands as a personal diffuser. So that's one way. And it's a really fast way too, because like I said, the limbic system is right behind your nose is where your emotions are actually stored. And so when you smell it, it goes directly to that area. It takes 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's really awesome. So you'll know right away if that is working for you or not, right? So the next thing is topical. So you see she has a roller bottle and it looks something similar to this and she's just rolling it on her skin, right? I want to see if I had one of these open. Anyway, so I think I had it in tune for focus, which I wanted to use because I want to make sure that I stay focused in this class. So I just rolled it on the back of my neck, and I did that because there's lots of neurons back there in my spine, right? So I just did that, but I could have just easily rolled it on my hand. I could roll it over my heart. And look, I did several places and I'm alive. No, I'm just kidding. Good. Now here I am, I'm focused. Okay. So then so topical, and you can put it topically anywhere on your body except for in your eyes, except for in your nose, and except for in your nose and except for in your ears, right? Everywhere else you can do it. And then she's doing internally. The emotional oils, they're blended oils, which means they have several oils in them. A lot of people ask me this question. So the difference between a blended oil and a single oil. A single oil sounds like its name. Wild orange, rosemary, peppermint. Those are single. A blended oil is when they have several oils in it, and instead of listing all of those out, they make up a name for it. In this case, peace, right? And this is the oil. I'm giving some of this oil away, sample sizes, but hey, that's cool because I want to be able to share with as many people as I can. So we'll see who shows up tonight, and we'll see how we can support people. So the emotional oils, they are blended oils, so we don't take those internally. However, wild orange is just wild orange, so you can take that one internally, okay? Okay, so I want to talk about this. It's called the emotional guidance system. And I just learned this recently, but it really super makes sense. And so I want to make sure that I can convey to you what I've recently learned, because I didn't know this. And so you can see this cone shape. And in this cone shape, at the bottom is shame and guilt and apathy and grief and fear and all of those things. And notice that they have numbers next to them. And the lower the number is, the worse you feel. And the higher the number is, the best you feel, right? And notice in the cone that the more lower you go, like in the red area, it's very small. And then the higher you go, it's very open. That's really important. And I can use my own personal experience that when I had both of my children, I went through postpartum depression very seriously and very, it was very bad, and it lasted a very long time. Then I remember not wanting to leave my house, not really wanting to be open with people, and that, so you can see on the bottom how small that is and how small that tip of the point is. And the lower you go down, the less you are to be open to new ideas. So this may not resonate with you right now, because you might be dealing with some stuff right now that is really tough and really heavy and really hard. And you might hear what I'm saying and be like, I'm not hearing that. You know what I mean? Like I don't see anything can help me right now. Right? And I get that. But I just want you to understand that right there, because if I would have seen that, I think that, and I didn't have emotional oils at the time that I went through that with my children. And I really, really, really wish I did. Now that I know the power of essential oils, I really wish that I had that capacity to use that, or the capability, I mean, is the word I was looking for, to use that. So let me explain how this works. And I'm going to talk about some oils in a moment that will help you through some of this. But so on the bottom there, we have shame, guilt, apathy, grief. And so if I had to guess based on the essential oils I showed you before, the one I would choose at that point, I would say would be console. And there's no wrong oil. So even if you chose cheer or something, or peace at that point, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. You choose. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll just go, that one, and I just use that one, and that's fine. But basically what we want to do is get you from shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and move you on up. So move you on up through the scale, right? And you want to do that to yourself. I mean, you want to move yourself up through the scale, right? So sometimes people are grieving, and I know this is kind of a weird example, because I understand that the stages of death and dying, that you can circle in and out of them, right? But let's just use that for instance. Let's say somebody is grieving, or a divorce even, right? They're grieving over that loss. And so console is a really great oil to use during that time. Another great oil to use during that time is actually breathe oil, because people forget to breathe. And so it's a great reminder if you just put that on your chest to help you remember to take a breath, to help you remember, because look how constricted that person is, right? They're not open. And so would you believe that they're breathing, right? Maybe not as much as they need to take those deeper breaths. Well, okay, so the person is in grief and they're at 75, right? And the goal is to move them up the scale, right? And to get them to go up the scale. And so sometimes people go from grief to anger, and other people who are watching them say, they're not getting any better. But what they don't realize is that they are, because they're no longer in grief. Now they're in anger. So they're not 75 points. They're at 150. They have doubled. So actually, that is a good place to be. And then you will deal with your anger. And then at that point, I might think about using Forgive. Very powerful oil. One of my favorite oils. We do not go without Forgive in this house. So I just realized I was going to diffuse it today. And I just realized, oh, my husband must have taken that. So I got to get me some more of the kind that you can diffuse. Very awesome oil for Forgive, right? And so we can see, can we use that oil to help support us through our journaling and through our discovery of self and all of those things to move us up even more? Can we get to acceptance? That would be a goal, right? At least, I mean, we're not right? So one thing that people do that, in my experience, is that, and I'm not a doctor or anything, this is just what I've learned. Sometimes people try to jump the gun and use drug and alcohol so say they're at maybe neutrality, or maybe they're at anger or fear or something like that. And they use that in order to get them in the joy spot. And it works for that amount of time that they're in the joy spot. But then once they're done, it goes right back down. So it's almost like cheating. I don't know, because you still have to deal with the thing. You still have to deal with the thing that's keeping you down there, that's keeping you in that area. And I think that's why one of the reasons why some people don't want to take medicine is because they don't want it masked. Like, they still have to deal with that issue, right? And that's not everybody, because I know everybody's situation is totally different. So I'm not saying that. But I am saying that sometimes people are reserved from wanting to do that because, in my personal case, because I had been warned by other people was one. The other reason, though, I felt that way, that was me personally. Like, I didn't want to just mask it. I wanted help. I asked the VA to give me counseling. I asked them to give me counseling, and they said they couldn't because they just didn't have the capacity to do that. So instead, they were medicating veterans. And so something to really think about. Anyway, so as you move up the scale, though, look how open you become. And that's open for friendship, and that's open for love, and that's open, right, for all kinds of things to enter into your life. It's opening abundance to you. And so the more you go down that scale, you become more constricted. And so that's a really interesting one to bring up. Okay, so this is the wheel I was talking about. And in this wheel, if you look at, let me see if I can, oh, I can't do a pointer. I was going to do that. Okay, so let's take citrus. You see the oranges. And so citrus, if I was feeling and wanted to support my body through discouraged, gloomy, or distressed, well, Camille, she just got wild orange. So Camille is, if you have any of those things going on with you, you have a really great oil to support you through that. And then right next to that is the spices. So your clove, your on guard, your, what else has spices? Cardamom, coriander, those kind of spices. I think those might be herbs or grasses, so I'm not really sure. But anyway, spices, those right there. I think black pepper would be considered a spice. So those will help you with somber, disinterested, and bored. Herbs and grasses are going to be like oregano and basil, things like that. Then, or lemongrass. Angry, bitter, discontented. Those are going to help you with those emotions. Trees is going to be frankincense and melaleuca and copaiba is a tree. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not really sure. Grieving, sad, and ashamed. And the florals are going to be lavender, which is fearful, worried, and hurt. And mints are going to be like peppermint, spearmint, those types of things for anxious, insecure, and apathetic. So those are the oils I would reach for with those feelings going on inside of me. I would just support those feelings. So the Motivate oil actually covers all of the mint and the citrus. And so all of that. So anxious, insecure, apathetic, discouraged, gloomy, disinterested, covers all of that. It's a large area. So the other one, cheer, is going to do citruses and spices. Passion is going to do herbs, grasses, and spices. Forgive, trees and herbs, right? All that area. And then console, which is ashamed, sad, grieving, hurt, worried, fearful, all of that area. And then peace. So look at this. Who was I talking to? If you got like 3 of those oils, you would do every single emotion. So let's see, 1. So we did maybe 4. I'd have to look at that. Yeah, anyway, I'm all studying it. Anyway, so that is the emotional aromatherapy wheel. That's how we use it. Okay, so Motivate oil, let's talk about that one. The key ingredients inside of Motivate oil are peppermint, clementine, coriander, basil, and melissa, which helps promote feelings of confidence, courage, and belief when you need to regain confidence and counteract feelings of doubt. Motivate oil. I used Motivate oil and got, well, it's not this, it's actually On Guard cleaner, and got the On Guard cleaner on the same day. And I ended up like cleaning my entire house carpet. So Motivate oil is a pretty interesting oil. I like it a lot. Okay, the next one is Cheer, which is the inspiring blend, which has wild orange, clove, nutmeg, vanilla, ginger, and cinnamon. And it promotes warming and uplifting feelings to help brighten and invigorate your mood. You use it when you need a boost in optimism or cheerfulness. Let me go back and say that this one has that both of those have a citrus in it, so you want to make sure that you don't put those in an exposed area. So meaning if you have shorter hair and you roll it on the back of your neck and the sun is out, you could potentially get a sunburn. So use it on the bottom of your feet if it's going to be in an area that's going to be exposed to sun. Okay, so the next oil is called Passion, which is a fabulous oil. I may even give some of this oil out actually for if I do anything, I'll be gone. I'll be in San Antonio. I was going to say, otherwise, if I do anything around Valentine's Day, I'll probably give Passion out. Passion is exactly what it says. You need passion in your life in any area, whether it's you want to feel more passionate about your job or more passionate about your relationship with whoever you're in. It's a great one. So fractionated coconut oil is in there, cardamom, cinnamon, clove, jasmine, sandalwood, and vanilla. It promotes rejuvenating and inspiring feelings while helping dispel boredom and lack of purpose. So spicy herbal scent, which will help bring out your creativity. So if you are a creative person and your juices just aren't flowing, you're maybe an artist or a writer or just somebody who likes to create things, and you have a block or you have just like this emotional, it's not doing it, right? Passion, get that in your life. It's an amazing oil. My absolute favorite, I think everybody needs Forgive in their home. Hands down. Hands down. Forgive is amazing. So I used this oil the first time I ever used it. The reason I got it is because for some reason I was like not happy about anything, complaining about everything, condemning everyone around me. Nothing was making me happy. I didn't know what was going on with me. And so I went ahead and gave this a try. I love this oil. Cannot live without it. It comes in a roller too. Oh, this isn't it. I was using it earlier, so I don't have it right here. Do I? No, I don't. Okay. So this probably why I love it so much, because it has bergamot. Some people call it bergamot. Some people call it bergamot. Bergamot is the oil of self-acceptance. It is the oil of of just like accepting yourself. And when people use that oil, there is a significant uplifting mood that you would get from that. And so it's a wonderful oil. Juniper berry, myrrh, arbor vitae, and thyme. Those oils are in the Forgive blend. And then this blend uses trees and herbs, essential oils to help encourage feelings of peace and forgiveness when you are consumed by negativity, anger, and guilt. Oh, I love this oil so much. Everybody needs it. Everybody put it in your back pocket. Okay, so Console. Console is the oil I was talking about earlier that I said I would grab if I was dealing with any kind of loss, anything in my life that I had lost. Frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood, and rose. It's a renewing blend. Comforting blend. Comforting scent of this blend will help perpetuate feelings of hope and dispel feelings of sadness, disappointment, and grief. So, beautiful oil. What I do want to say about this oil is I have known people who were grieving who used this oil, and they began to cry. Just understand that some of these oils, when you use them, may help your body do the thing that it needed to do. So if you have been holding and burying that stuff down, and then you use one of these oils, it's possible that you could potentially shed some tears, right? From the smells and how they can kind of help you through that. So journal it through, do a lot of your journaling and stuff like that, and let it help you. Okay, comforting scent of this blend will help perpetuate. These are just tools. So we use these as tools. And so that's really important. Okay, so comforting scent of the blend will help perpetuate feelings of hope and dispel feelings of sadness, disappointment, and grief. Peace is the one I'll be raffling off. So some of you guys will get some peace. I'll probably do quite a couple depending on how many people. I'll check and see how many people attend this class. Remember to do hearts and thumbs up and things like that so they know that you're still here, that I know you're still watching. And if I see you do that, I'll have you do one more. I mean, I'll enter you another time into the raffle. Oh, I see people doing that. Great. Good job. Yay. Oh, and I see people raising hands as well on the Zoom. Cool. All right. So when you're feeling worried, fearful, or unsettled, this blend, so what's in here? Peace oil. So a lot of people love this one for their road rage. So if that is you and you tend to go off the chain, you might want to carry this with you in your car. It's a good one for that. That. Okay. So ylang ylang, lavender, vetiver, marjoram, clary sage, and spearmint. When you're feeling worried, fearful, or unsettled, this blend uses a soft floral aroma to promote peace, feelings, and soothe the anxious mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this actually comes in a kit. So you can get them one of two ways, 3 ways. The first way, so if these are oils that seem like there's something that you want into your life, like you're ready, you're like, I need these, I'm going to show you how to get them. I also want you to know that if you're still not sure and you're on the edge and not really sure that you can see the value in it yet, that's okay. No worries, no judgment, none of that. We're just sharing information, and it wouldn't be right of me if I gave you a bunch of information. I was like, okay, see ya, right? I want you to understand the information and know what's available and your options. Okay, so I will be having Emily, no, what's her name? Oh, anyway, I'm gonna have some videos next time that are really amazing videos of some experts. So I'm excited to do that. So you can get more information if you need it. Okay, so the Emotional Aromatherapy system. These oils actually come with a diffuser. This one right here. These are the diffusing oils. You could put these on your body as well. But these are ones that you put in their diffusers. We have them both ways. We have them in the roller bottles and in the diffusers. Actually, my husband has his own set of his own emotional roller bottles because he has his own emotions. I have my own set and my children have their own set. So we each have our own set so that we're not taking oils from each other because we all have to deal with our stuff, right? And we want to make sure that every one of us are easy to be around, right? So I like to use Console for my children's, the 2 that I like for temper tantrums are Forgive and Console. Those are for my children. Now, some children might want peace or some people might want cheer. And I think one of the cool things is I give my children the option. And what I do is when they are having ugly feelings, I say, do you like those feelings? Do you like the way you feel? No, I don't. Would you like me to help you? Yes, I do. Which oil would you like to use? This one. Okay, great. And then they put it on themselves, right? Okay, so this aromatherapy system is $195. The $35 membership fee where you get discounted prices for the year is in that price. So it's not an extra $35. So it's not $195 plus $35. It's in there. It's already in the price. This is what we call an enrollment kit. There are several enrollment kits. We showed you some other ones on the other video, the basic class. So this is one of the enrollment kits that you can get with the enrollment fee already in there. This makes you eligible for the New Year, New You promotion, which I'll show you at the end. And that is if you do 100 PV, which this is 145 PV, and then next month you do 100 PV and you get some more oils and get some more stuff, to build your arsenal, then you get $100 worth of free stuff. This is an amazing promotion. I didn't have one. This one is great. Everybody who uses this promotion loves this promotion. So this is a really awesome one to get you started, because it can really give you a lot of oils in your home really fast. So those people who need the emotional support above all else, we're going to talk about gut health and all of that stuff next, but right now we're just starting with the basics. And so this comes with all of it: motivate, cheer, passion, forgive, console, and peace. And it comes with a really awesome diffuser. Those are really, really popular diffusers, really awesome diffusers. You save $69 by getting in a kit like this. So this system right here is $195. So that's the first way. That's one way you can do it. Let's look at some other ways. Okay, the other way you can do it is you can get all of these in a kit in the roller bottles. And it's probably, I buy amazing things through doTERRA. I absolutely love, we'll talk about these later, doTERRA's vitamins. Absolutely love them. When this kit came out, this was a game changer for me. And I actually even waited to buy the kit. And I went ahead and I did it, and I was like, I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did. I mean, now we all have one of these kits. My family, each one of us in our family does. Well, I mean, their kids have theirs, James has his, and I have mine, right? Okay, so this kit is actually only $100, but in order to get that $100 price, you need to have a wholesale membership. So what I did is added that in there. It's $135. $35 is the membership price, but you get discounted prices for the whole year. You don't pay $35 every month. That is not how it works. It's one easy or one. I mean, you're only paying $35. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, people pay more than that for Sam's, and you get discounted prices. I know there's more, or there's other things, but it's the same as Sam's. I'm sorry, like Costco or whatever. I mean, people pay $35 on tacos. You know what I mean? Like $35, no big deal. Okay, so you pay the $35 membership, and then you get this right here. These oils, they're $100, and they come in a set just like that. And that is a really amazing way to do it. Another way you can do it for those people, which would be the fourth way, another way you can do it is for those people who are already members with doTERRA, and if you have 100 PVN points, you get yours free. That's awesome. Like, I've been with doTERRA for a year. I have made an order every month because one, I see the value in it, and two, I love everything about doTERRA, obviously. And so because I've done that, I get 30% back. So if I made a $100 purchase, or approximately $100 purchase, I'd get $30 back. So I'd only really pay $70 for that, right? So it's really cool. But that's one way you can do it. So you can use some of your points. So to get that, just get that. It's pretty awesome. So that is another way you can do it. The last way you can do it is you can buy them separately. So I like them together in a kit because we are emotional beings. That emotional scale that I showed you earlier, how many of us have been through all of those emotions in one day? So that's why for me, I was like, I'm just going to get the kit because I am emotional. I have emotional, especially women. And you guys have one. Hey, Valentine's Day. What a great gift, for you and for her, for you and for him, right? Awesome gift. And it has all of them. So you're not like, oh, you need some peace in your life, or, oh, you need some forgive in your life. Like, what kind of message is that sending to someone? But instead you're like, hey, here's all the emotions. You get to choose what you want to help you and support you. Win-win. You have an awesome gift for your person, and your person is giving back to you. Very pleasant to be with. That's awesome. So good gift. Okay, otherwise you can just buy them separately. Like, you could buy just this piece if you wanted to, which I think piece wholesale is like 13 or 18. I can't remember. It's either 13 or 18. I don't remember. I can't remember which one's wholesale. I mean, if it's 13 wholesale or if it's 18 wholesale. But anyway, you can buy them for less than $20. All of them wholesale are less than $20. Now retail, they are not. That's why you want to do a membership, because you can get them much, much cheaper. It's worth it in the long run. After like 3 oils, I don't even talk really about retail because I don't see it as a money saver for anyone. And so I mean, you're welcome to do what you want to do, right? Like I'll give you my website and you can buy retail if you want. And I'm okay with that, whatever you want to do, no judgment. But for me personally, I see the value in having a membership. And so I'm going to help you understand that. Okay, so here's the promotion for this month. It's you earn 100 product points, which is like $100. So you purchase a wholesale membership, and so $35, and make a 100 PV purchase. This kit is eligible for it. This kit is eligible for it. Actually, all of the enrollment kits are eligible for it. After that, then you place a 100 PV order the next month in March, and then 3 to 5 days after you make that order, you get 100. That's awesome. It's like $100 that you could just spend on doTERRA. So that is actually my, that's what I was going to tell my team. Make sure that you're doing thumbs up and stuff like that so I know you're here. My team, I wanted to let you know that I will be doing some training, business training, and I wanted you to know that I'll have them on my team webpage because we have an actual team webpage. And so when you enroll with me, I actually put you in a private Facebook group where you get education and training, and so it's pretty, yeah. So anyway, so I wanted to make sure that you knew that I was doing that. I was going to do that. And I think that I have everything else here that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I'll go with my order in the next couple of days. And that really is about it. I'm going to wrap that up. So 51 minutes. And then next the Sunday, I'm not going to do a basics class. I'm actually going to continue and do more of the emotion stuff. So we will talk about gut health and emotions, which is super important. We will talk about how more science stuff about how the essential oils work, and then I'll have the experts come on also and talk about it with Laura Jacobs. That's her name, and she's fabulous and amazing and really can help you understand that. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks for sharing your time with me. This is recorded so that you can come back and take a look at it anytime. You can share it with your friends and family, whoever needs to understand and know this information. I'm open to doing that with you. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by and sharing. Bye. Okay. Oh. And let me stop sharing my screen first, and then I'll log off.